No mai kuhu mai anō ki te kauta nei. Today, the recipients of my raspberry and custard tart are Morris and Benita, and they were nominated by Lavinia, who spoke about how this wonderful couple lost their precious daughter Eden to a peanut allergy. And through their grief, even though they've been going through such a hard time, they have joined with Allergy New Zealand to bring awareness to Māori and Pacific communities about this problem. And so, Boris and Benita, I hope that this custard tart brings you a little bit of joy. This tart all starts with pastry. Now, of course, you can pop off to the supermarket and you can buy a sweet short crust pastry, will be just fine, but nothing beats a beautiful, buttery, homemade pastry. Nā reira, koinei ngā kai ka whakamahia e tātou. Here are the ingredients you need.
Kia kotahi me te haurua kapu puehu parawa, 1.5 cups of flour. Kia haurua kapu puehu huka, 1/2 cup of icing sugar. He kini tote, a pinch of salt. Kia kotahi rau te kaukaramu pata whakamātau, 110 grams of chilled butter. Kia kotahi hiki, 1 egg. He kiri re mana, lemon zest of 1 lemon. Kia kotahi kokoiti iho hupere, 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. Ooh, titiro ki ngā kai a tāhua nei. Look at that beautiful food. Let's make some pastry. Add your puehu parawa, puehu huka, and tote into a bowl. Waru tia te pata. Grate the chilled butter into your flour mix. And then you want to rub your butter until it's all nice and crumbly into your flour. Break your hiki into a small bowl, give it a little whisk, and then add your kirire mana and iho hupere. Give that another whip, lightly whipped, and then into your flour mix. Give it a stir and then use your ringa, your hands, to form a beautiful smooth dough like so. Now you want to place it in a bag or in some baking paper and chill for 15 minutes or longer if you like. When you're ready to use it, roll it out into some baking paper and just make sure the baking paper is as long as your tin. I'm using a 36 centimetre tin. Looking good. Here's my 36 centimetre tin, and we just want to tip our pastry into it and just slightly press down so you get nice even edges. Press it into the sides and make sure it's thick enough on the sides as well. Cut off your edges and then into the fridge it goes for another 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, put that baking paper back in, fill it with your baking beans, and let's blind bake this baby. So into a 175 degree oven, bake it for 15 minutes, and then pull it out of the oven, remove your baking beans and the baking paper. You can see it's just lightly baked there, and then back into the oven for 10 minutes or until perfectly golden like so.
Kua oti pai te pōha. The pastry is complete, and now all it does is waits for its friends, the raspberry and the custard, to join him too. Nā reira, me mahi tonu tātou. Let's keep going.
Kia rima rau rita mano creamy, 500 ml of cream. Kia kotahi kokonui pē wanira, 1 tablespoon of vanilla paste. He kiri ārani, orange peel of 1 orange. Kia toru heki, 3 eggs. Kia rua tōhua heki, 2 egg yolks. Kia haurua kapu huka one, 1/2 cup of caster sugar. Kia toru te kau rahi pere tio, 30 to 40 frozen raspberries. The first step to this simple custard is pour your creamy, Prepare wanira. And kiri ārani into a pot. Now all you need to do is just bring it to just boiling point over a low heat. Leave it to the side and now add your hiki, tōhua hiki, and huka into a bowl and whip until light and fluffy in colour. Now take your hot cream mixture and slowly, very slowly pour it in while you whisk at the same time. It's really important you don't do it too fast so you don't get scrambled eggs. Now you want to pour it through a sieve and then take off the top foamy bit off your custard. Perfect. Onto our rahi pere. We just want to line them up on top of that lovely pastry. The bigger the better. Now place it into your oven and then put your custard into a jug and just gently pour it in. This is the best way to not slop it everywhere. Now close the door on 170 degrees and leave it for 30 to 35 minutes until cooked to perfection with a slight wobble.
I love this beautiful tart. It's got the brightness of the raspberries and the silky custard and then that buttery pastry to top it off. But I also love serving it with a citrusy, bright, slightly sweetened orange syrup. And it is so, so simple to make.
Kia toru ārani nui, 3 large oranges. He waire mana, lemon juice of 1 lemon. He kiri ārani, orange peel of 1 to 2 oranges. Kia hau toru kapu huka, 1/3 of a cup of sugar. Kia hau wha kapu wai, 1/4 of a cup of water. Get your kiri ārani and add it to a pot and then squeeze out all of that beautiful juice. Now onto your waire mana, squeeze that in as well. I just do it over a sieve, it just catches all those bits that you don't want in there. Now add your huka one and a little bit of whey. Now you just want to put this over a medium heat and really you're just reducing it until it's a beautiful syrup. This will take about 10 minutes. Mine wasn't quite as thick as I wanted, so I returned it to the heat and it was thick and beautiful, and then I just carefully, so you don't ruin the beautiful custard, brush it over your warm tart. Just super gentle, and look at that gloss. Perfect! This is one that I prepared earlier. Now the beautiful orange zest that we cooked in the syrup has candied to perfection. So I ended up draping it through the middle, just like that. So good, and it tastes delicious. Then I just added a few fresh raspberries. Wow, so pretty. And now let us cut our beautiful tart straight through that buttery pastry. Ooh, and onto a plate. Don't forget the orange syrup. Wow, yes. Mai tōku kauta ki tō kauta, ki ana ki te aroha.
To Benita and Morris, I just want to acknowledge you for all of your work in the community. And Lavinia also spoke about how you always have an open home and you are so generous to those around you. Nā reira, tūrou hawaiki. Blessings upon you. Thank you, whānau, for joining me again. Mā te wā.
Waru waru, great. Waru warutia, grate it. Waru warutia te pata, grate the butter. Tūrou hawaiki, blessings upon you.